And I think it should ask you guys if you're okay
Yep.
to move on here. All right, good. So there we go. So we are recording this one, and today is Monday, the 24th of August. It's
Mhm.
11:30. Thank you guys very much for joining me here. I'm gonna start to share my screen in just a second here, guys, and then okay, good. So I've got dual monitors here. Can you guys see this one? Can you guys see my screen? Okay, yeah, I got a couple thumbs up. Very good. All right, good. So um, as we go along here, what I want to find out from you guys first of all, this is going to be an interactive kind of hands-on tutorial slash workshop here. And when it comes to grading, what is the real challenge for you guys? I actually can't see the chat room right here. But if you want to turn on your microphone, if anybody wants to let me know, what do you think was the biggest challenge for you this year, this semester for grading?
I'm consuming.
Time consuming, yes. That
Yeah,
was a big one. Yeah, go ahead. I think that was
giving feedback without jumping through lots of hoops to do it.
yes. Giving feedback. That's another big one, of course. And when you say jumping through hoops, I think you're talking about jumping from one app to the other, or one LMS to another. Jumping through hoops.
Exactly, going in and out of the LMS and then how to get things back to students and so on.
Right, right, good. I saw another hand up. Was it Patrick?
Yeah, one of my issues is traditionally, right? We all know that there's different levels of homework. Some that you just never check, some that you just check with a check plus or whatever to show them that you're monitoring them, and others that you give extensive feedback. I find when I moved online that even things that if I didn't have a Google Doc, a Google assignment or whatever, they knew it didn't have to be done. So I would make everything a Google assignment, even ungraded. But going through them it took longer. And I don't mind spending time on something like an essay where, feedback might help in the process. But I found that a lot of the smaller assignments where I could grade them traditionally in class while they're doing an activity, I had to do outside of class because Zoom takes up so much energy. So it just, as other people said, I couldn't gauge the time relative to the importance of feedback.
Yeah, that's a really good point right there, Patrick. And the fact that we were in class, you mentioned creating things in class where you have, for example, students giving group speeches, and you can mark them right there and then give them the feedback right away, or at the end of the class right there. That's a really big thing, and it was a difficult adjustment for a lot of us, I'm sure. So very good point right there, Patrick. Mike Lyons, I think you got your hand up there.
Yeah, one of the biggest issues for me was that the students didn't know what was going on. They had different teachers having different approaches to grading, and generally the students were completely confused by everything that was going on. So they didn't know how to submit their work and how it was being graded.
Right. So a lot of confusion, not only on the teacher side, but probably on the student side as well. So yeah, these are all really good points right here that you guys bring up here. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk with you guys about was the challenges with grading things and then also getting it streamlined. So that's what this whole talk is about here, is streamlining your grading process. I can't grade things for you, but I can show you a really good way that worked for me. First of all, it's very nice to meet you guys. My name is John Gorham. If you guys want to reach me online afterwards, you can find me at educationsolutions365@gmail.com. So we're going to talk about, yeah, I think I heard somebody, yeah, if there are any other questions before we continue on about challenges with grading here, please do feel free to either put it in the chat room or you can turn on your microphone. So good. So my name is John Gorham, and my background is in educational technology. So I got my master's degree in 2015 in ed tech. So when I found out that the 2020 spring semester was going to be online, I was like, yes, hold my beer. I got this. I was ready for it. So I was actually really excited that everything was going to be online. And I was able, more importantly, I was able to use a lot of the apps and the technology that I was not able to use in a normal classroom. So in a face-to-face classroom, I should say. So mainly here, so what is Doctopus? And that's what we need to find out. So we're probably thinking like, all right, I've never heard of this thing. What the heck is Doctopus here? So better question is what can I actually do with Doctopus? All right, so I want you guys to first of all think about what this thing is here. Who recognizes what this thing is? We're really dating ourselves here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
John's got this one.
I got this.
All right, good, good. So yeah, we got the Ditto machine. We got the Ditto machine. So the Ditto
Something
machine
that smells very nice.
Really?
exactly. So
What's the machine?
right, yeah. So this is the Ditto machine. You would create your template for a homework assignment or for your test, and you would literally hand crank these copies out. And then once your students get the copies, of course, yes, John, you mentioned the smell of the Ditto copies here. All right, and so then we move along here. We've got the Xerox. This one was this massive way to make copies right here back in the 80s. And then, of course, I think all English teachers know what this one is. The Riso. And you can see that giant stack of papers, that probably an entire tree right there that's been chopped down just to make tests and different copies here. So what I want you guys to think about here is we're making copies. Okay, so that's what Doctopus is. It helps you to make copies, but in a digital way, in a digital format here. So you will make for example, a Google Doc or a Google Slides presentation, one of them, and then Doctopus is like, think of it like tentacles. It's got its tentacles. It's going to reach out and it's going to distribute these digital documents to your students. So when we combine Doctopus and Goobric, then this is what we're going to get for this streamlined approach. So Doctopus distributes your template to your students, and then Goobric is a way to attach an online rubric to all of these documents. Okay, so this is from both of these are, well, one is an add-on for Sheets, Google Sheets, and that's Doctopus, and then the other one is an extension. Goobric is an extension for Google Chrome, for the browser. It's made by New Visions for Public Schools. You can find it if you want to look it up, newvisions.org. They have some excellent apps outside of Doctopus and Goobric if you want to look at this outside of this presentation here. Okay, so what do I need to get started? First thing you'll need a Chrome browser. Jose, I'm calling you out on this one. I saw a post from you on Facebook the other day. You were using Safari. I think it's probably a very comfortable browser for a lot of people who have Macs. However, if you want this to work, you will need to be on a Chrome browser. So once we get into the hands-on part of this, please make sure that you are using a Chrome browser, or you might want to start downloading it in the background perhaps. Or you could just follow along and then download it later on. Okay, but you will need a Chrome browser. You will need a Gmail account as well. I think most of us probably have Gmail accounts. And then you'll also, I mentioned, you'll have to have familiarity with Google Drive. Okay, so that's going to help you out quite a bit here. Okay, so we've got our Google Drive. Also for people that aren't familiar with it, Grammarly has a great extension as well. It's not, it is very helpful, but it's not necessary. I recommend that you get Grammarly. So those are the things that we need to get started here. And then this will be, like I said, a very hands-on approach to it. So what I'm going to do here is, can I actually ask everyone real quick here? What I want to find out from you guys, as I stop sharing my screen for just a minute, I want to see if there's any, if we've got any questions, first of all here. So I'm going to turn it over before I jump into the actual hands-on approach to this, because I don't want people to get overwhelmed. Okay, so if you guys have your hands up, or if you want to turn your microphone on, then that would be great here. Or if you don't want to turn your microphone on, of course, do feel free to put it into the chat room here. Okay. Okay, so I've got a couple questions in here. Did you design Doctopus? No, I did not design Doctopus. That was designed by the, I think it's called the New Visions for Public Schools. Another one. Anyone ever use gel ones? Oh no, it's not. It's not my program. Okay, good.
John, would you mind repeating the question? I think some of us have missed it because of a connection issue.
Good. Okay. Sure. That's not good. Got connections issues on my end. All right. I'm cutting out. All right. That's not good. Let me. How about this? I will turn off my. If it's okay with you guys, I'll turn off my video. I don't know if that's going to help out at all. Okay. So mine's fine. Oliver said, "Can everyone tell me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, or if they were having any issues before we continue on?" Okay. Good. All right, good. Okay, I was gonna say I've got everything plugged in. Got my Cat 5 cable plugged in and everything like that. Good. Adam, can you hear me okay? Hopefully.
Yes, I just the exact same responses thing. I only have the one in the participants list. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Good. So mainly the thing that I was asking you guys about was if you had any questions from this point on before I actually dive into showing you guys how to use this. And then what we're going to do after we do this one here, hopefully my connection is still okay with my video turned on. What I'm going to do here is turn it over to you guys, and then we'll go into a quick breakout room session so that you guys can actually try to use Doctopus. And then I'm going to give you guys a chance to download all of the templates that I have for you guys, and then also answer any questions that you guys might have about how to use this. Okay, so I'll start sharing my screen once again here, and in just a second here, but I need to make sure that you guys, if you can, please do make sure that that you guys are logged into your Gmail accounts. You're using Google Chrome, a web browser for Google Chrome, and this is my Google Drive folder that I'm going to share with everyone. If everyone can see this one, can you please give me a quick thumbs up here? Cool. Okay, I think we got a few people. All right, very good. Okay, good. So this is what I'm going to share with everyone as soon as I'm done going through the process. So inside of Google Drive, we've got our contact sheet, and that's going to be the most important thing that you guys have. And this contact sheet looks just like this. I have 3 different email addresses here for myself. We've got first name is column A, last name is column B, and then column C, I've got my, I've kind of blocked out portions of this here because this is being recorded. So what you would do here, if you could imagine column A and B, these would be your students' first and last names. And then column C, you want to get all of your students' email addresses. So you want to populate this one, and that's the very first step here. So populate the names and the email addresses. Now, after we do that, if you guys look at the top here, we've got the file, edit, view, insert, format, data, tools, add-ons. So what we need to do, and I'm doing this from the very beginning here, this is exactly what it would look like if you're just getting started. You go to where it says add-ons, okay, and you go to get add-ons. And as soon as this one pops up here, we've got Doctopus is in the very first page with add-ons here. Okay, so you don't even have to search for this app, but you would go ahead and click on this one right here. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to install, and this is a Sheets add-on. So we're going to install this one, and it's going to ask for your permission right here. So we're going to go ahead and you want to give Doctopus permission to look into this, into your Google Drive folder here. Okay, so it's already been installed right here, and I can now close this one out. Okay, so on our add-ons, now you can see we've got Doctopus all set. So I'm going to go into setup, and you can see off to the right, we've got this this thing off to the right that says Doctopus. So step one, it's going to take you through step by step how to do this here. Okay. Now, once you have this one, I'm going to come back and jump back to my Google Drive folder here. And I've got my rubrics, I've got my speaking task template, and then I've got my writing template here. So let's say, for instance, if we are, let's imagine we're all English teachers and we have to grade a speaking task. So I've got a template here for a speaking task number 2 for my EGO A class. And we can look at this template here. It says type your name here, type your class here, type your student number here. Okay, and then I've got these slides that says, well, this is, I should explain what SDG is. So the Sustainable Development Goals, these are from the United Nations. I believe there's 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And so I have my students for this particular example here. We were studying Sustainable Development Goals, and then they had to choose one and then explain it, and then how they can implement the SDG in their everyday lives. So this is my template here that I want to share with all of my students. Okay, so I'm going to come back to my contact sheet. All right, let's pretend that these 3 students are in my class right here, and I've already done my add-on. I've gone to setup, and I've gone to my select mode right here. All right, and off to the right, we can see that Doctopus is loading up. Okay, so the very first thing, it's going to take you through step by step. You can ingest it or you can distribute it. I have actually never used the ingestion part, but you want to distribute your Drive resources here. So when we distribute our Drive resources, we're making those ditto copies, our Xerox copies, and we're distributing this to our students. Okay, so it says to select a roster. I said I'm doing this from the very beginning right here. So with this one here, I want to build a new roster. And you can do this by clicking right here. Okay. And then as we build out this roster, what I'm doing is it says here their list of students along with the optional set of reusable class folders. So that means you can use this roster over and over again for every time you have a new speaking task, every time that you have a new writing task. Okay, so we're going to select this method. I want to do it on this particular sheet right here. Now, one thing that I do recommend doing, it's not completely necessary, but it can be helpful, would be to come back to your Google Drive folder and then to just make your contact sheet separate, and then you can make a copy of this right here so that you're not overriding anything. But anyways, we've got our method here. We want to do it on this particular sheet right here. So I'm going to create a new roster. Okay. And you'll click on the create roster. So what this is going to do is it's going to create, we'll see down here, we've got sheet 1. Those are my students and their email addresses right there. And now we've got the new roster. So you're going to come over and you want to copy all of your students here with their email addresses, and you'll go to new roster and you're going to paste the values in here. Okay, so once we've got our values all pasted in right here, I'm going to,
Sorry, John, I need to someone
okay.
so I need to
That's fine. Yeah, take your time. Okay, good. So anyways, we've got here our, this is our contact sheet. We've got our roster that's been created. And then I want to refresh this. Okay, so as I'm refreshing this right here, it's going to ask me if I want to create classroom folders. So this is the very first thing you'll do. It's great that you guys are watching this before the fall semester begins, because what you want to do is set up your class folders before class starts. Okay, so so what I'm going to do is give my class a name right here, and I'm going to call this one. This will be my OTJ, maybe period 1. Okay, so whatever your class is called right there, and we're going to create a class folder right here. Okay, and then save your roster and continue. So it's going to look like this. So what this is going to do here, what I'm doing is I'm creating and sharing my folders, and I'm going to have a teacher folder that's for me. That's where I house all of my templates. And then I've got a classroom edit folder. That means if you want all of your students to work on one document, you've got a classroom view folder if there's something that you want to distribute that they cannot edit. And then you've got an individual folder where if you want to hand out, for example, all of your students get an individual copy of this Google Doc or Google Slides presentation. So what it's doing right now, we can see off to the right, I've now created a student folder for each of my, this is only 3 students here, and then I'm going to save this as a roster right here. Okay, so once I have this this roster all set, that means that my students have got their own Google Drive folders that they will have all their documents distributed into these individual folders. Okay, so the next thing here, we got step 3. We're going to set the sharing arrangement. And this is one of the best parts about it right here. This is what I really like about Doctopus. You can choose individual. That means everybody gets the exact same thing. And then they can edit those. Differentiated, I've never actually used this one, but here's a really good one, the group projects. So if you set up your group projects, if you've got a big class, let's say that you want to set up pairs, if you want to set up a group of 3 or 4 students to work on a particular speaking task, you can automatically set this up in groups. However, today I'm going to show you guys how to do this individually all the same. So it's just one student, one speaking task right here. So students cannot access, you'll go through each one of these here, the whole class access level. The students can't access other students' assignments. So this would be good if you want them to allow comments. For example, if you're doing a writing task and then you want them to do some peer editing or peer review, that works. But for this one, just to make it easy right now, I'm just going to say they can't access other students' assignments for now. Assign students access level. They are allowed to edit. You want them to be able to edit their document template here. They can't. I'd like to do this. I don't want them to be able to change the sharing permissions because I always want to be the in control of the documents here. We're going to deliver these to the students' folders, and then if you want to have if you have any co-teachers, this is where you can add in somebody else that can help you with grading. Okay.
Excuse me, John.
Yes, go ahead.
Going, perhaps if you could go down to the mic on the bottom left-hand corner and leave audio once and return. That might make it a bit better, but you really are cutting out a lot now.
Oh, crap.
Hello, I'm back.
All right. Koga Sensei's back. Adam, did that help out with everything?
You sound like now. Let's see how it goes.
From my student's mother. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's really strange that I've got some quite choppy here. I've got Peter Bellers, John, we're hoping to rewatch it. I can hear it fine. So some people hear me okay. All right. I wonder if I might need to go. Yeah, this is really strange. I've never had this problem here before. I'm using my Cat 5 cable. I'll try
John,
and, yeah.
another suggestion or question is, are you using HD for your broadcast quality?
That's a good question here. Let me see if, let's see, in my preferences.
Video.
Video preferences here. All right. It's on my, no, it is not enabled here.
Okay, that was my only other suggestion.
Okay.
Let's try this. Through most of your presentation, not everyone's cameras have to be on, and they do provide more of a load for John's computer to handle, plus his audio, plus his screen share. So if everyone can at least turn off their cameras and their mic.
Okay, the other thing I can do, and I mean, I don't know if you guys can give me just a second here. I can run downstairs and make sure that my kids are not on the Wi-Fi here, overloading it. And that's only
That's
if,
a good idea, John.
yeah. So, Jose, can you help me out for just a minute? I'm gonna take just about. I'll try and just run down there in 30 seconds. Okay.
Okay, I can sing a song.
Great. Thank you.
Pause the recording just before you go and resume when you get back.
And I think he just missed that statement, Adam. It's okay. We can maybe edit it out.
Missed it by that much.
By that much. While I'm here, I'll do my other sessions. Don't forget, everyone, there's a whole slate of other presentations that are coming. And if you can go to the website, easy way to get into the next session, which is just to click of the summer sessions calendar, very, very obvious button that says join now. And that's a very easy way to get in. Otherwise, oh, and these recordings will be put up on YouTube as soon as Adam and I get around to finishing all the work that we haven't done yet. But we will get it done.
Okay.
And we
So
okay, John,
my kids were watching Netflix downstairs. I
it?
don't know if that was the issue.
Sound better though.
But this is also the first time this has ever happened to me before. And what is that, Murphy's Law? Jose, can you hear me okay?
You sound much better, actually.
Okay, good. All right, so
Something fantastic here too, John.
excellent. Hopefully it was just the Netflix downstairs. So let's see here, guys. So where exactly if you guys can help me out, where exactly did you guys, where did it start to break up? If you guys do have any questions.
It wasn't so bad that I think people weren't comprehending, John. It was just a little distracting.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so let's see here. If I close some of these things out. So what Doctopus does here, just to review very quickly here, I've set up my contact sheet. Doctopus creates a student folder, so everyone's got their own individual folder in your class. And then what we're going to do here, I'm on step 3 right now. So I'm going to save and continue this from step 3 here. So I've decided to place a Google Doc or a Google Slides presentation into each one of my students' folders here. So in this part right here, I'm going to put it into, it's gonna look in this teacher OTJ period 1. So what I'll need to do right here is I'll need to go back to Doctopus, and what it's done here is it's created in my drive. So it's created an OTJ. So I've got to find this. There it is, my OTJ period 1 right here. So it's already created something. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over here to, I've got my Doctopus, and I'm going to come back. So I'd like to move this into where it is. There we go. So I've got my OTJ period 1. And this is what Doctopus has created for me. So I've got my class edit, my class view, OTJ period 1. These are my students. So if I open this up, I can see that I've got my 3 students. Okay. And then I've got my teacher folder. So right now in my teacher folder, I've only got my contact sheet. So with the teacher folder, this is where you want to place your templates. So you'll make your templates inside of here. Okay. And so within this one here, I'm going to drag and drop it into my OTJ folder. Okay, so in my OTJ folder, I've got my speaking task number 2, and I'm going to place this into my teacher folder. Okay, so once again, this is where you're going to house your templates. Okay, so we'll come back to Doctopus, and it's looking inside of the teacher OTJ period 1. So now I can refresh this, and it should come up with, there's my presentation speaking task number 2 for EGO A class. Okay, so I'm going to choose this template, and I'm going to save and continue. So once you've done all of this, it's going to ask you to review all of your steps right here. So once, just takes a second here. There we go. Okay, so you can choose to create a new folder here. If you're planning on doing a few different speaking tasks, this is actually a pretty good idea. So just to show you guys here what this is going to look like, we've got our student, first name, last name, email, and student folder key. And then how do you want to distribute this? What I like to do here is I'll send a notification to all of the students. So when you're on Zoom, let's say that you distribute your document, you distribute this the night before or right before class. That means that all of the students have already received an email saying you've got a new assignment from your teacher in your shared folder here. So you can also give them a quick personal message. I'll just go ahead and hit save and continue. Okay, so this is loading up our job information here. It's creating, you can see the script is now running. Okay, so as this is, it's creating, okay, so here we go. So we can review everything. It says, please review your settings. We got 3 students. These are my 3 students right there. We're going to deliver these to the students' folders. It's individual. Everybody gets the exact same thing. They can edit. The class does not have access to this. This is the template that I'm using, my speaking task right here. So I'm also using my own personal email address right there. So I'm going to run the copy and share right here. So we've got our 3 students are now getting, it's taking that template, the script is taking the template, and it's creating 3 new copies of this and distributing it to each of the students. So we're getting our share settings right there. It says all jobs are complete. Manage and assess the assignment. Okay, so this is Doctopus's job is now complete. Now we're going to have to attach a rubric to this one, or in this case, a Goobric. So we need to manage and assess this assignment. I'll click on this blue button here. Okay, and it says up here, attach Goobric. So what we need to do in this case is I've already got this Chrome extension attached here. And it's up here. It's called it's called Goobric, Goobric. So you'll need to attach this Chrome extension right here, and then you can attach a rubric. So it's going to ask me for, I need to reinitialize this one, and I might need to log in. So what this is going to do here is, guys, this is going to look into my Google Drive folders. Okay, and you're going to allow it to look into your Google Drive folder here, and it's looking for a rubric. Just have to wait for the authorization here. Okay, and it says that all things are all set. So once we get everything all set here, hang on just a second, guys. So I need to attach my, okay, so now once you give it permission, then you'll come back to here. You want to attach this one right here. It's going to look into my drive. We're going to click to select a spreadsheet. So you're going to find your spreadsheet. And I believe my spreadsheet should be located, and I'm going to give you guys these rubrics as well. So let's say, for example, I've got my, let's see, a test. This is my rubric for writing task, and I've got a rubric for another writing. I'm looking for my speaking. There we go. So I've got a numeric rubric for my speaking task here. So I'm going to click on this one and select it. So what we're going to do here, I'm looking at the criteria here is task completion, fluency, pronunciation, and vocab. Levels are 0 to 3. So we want to make a rubric viewable to students. You definitely want your students, or this is just my opinion. I think that I want my students to be able to see the rubric. How exactly are you marking them? And then if you want to, you can give them an opportunity to do self or peer assessment. And then this one I definitely want to have checked. Send an email notification to the students. So so that way they can just go straight to this rubric. They can see exactly what you're doing to grade them here. So you'll attach this rubric right here. So this thing is attaching a rubric to their assignment, and then it's sending them an email that's saying that your assignment has been attached. Please open this up. So when you're in your Zoom classroom, you have your students open up their email address, say go to this the latest email that I just sent to you, and then here we go. So now we got displaying only on this sheet. Okay, so what we have here, all of my students have now received an email from me, the teacher, and what I can do here is I can have my students, I can come back here to my OTJ, and I've got my period 1 students. Let's say that I've got, how about John Gorham right here? And this is the John Gorham, it was called contact sheet. So you'll have to name your assignment properly. Okay, so I've got John Gorham contact. So I have on Zoom, what I do is I have my students type their name. Oops. So they'll type their name here. And once they type their name, they'll type in their class number. And you're doing this on Zoom, so that way you know that they are able to access all of these here. I have my students also create a video here that's a little bit separate from what I'm just trying to show you guys how to get everything set first, and then explain their SDG, their Sustainable Development Goal. This part is where they will talk about, they'll create their slides, and this is where they'll put their assignment. Okay, hopefully I can spell properly. There we go. So they'll put their assignment in here. They can edit this anytime that they want up until the due date. And then I'm going to come back here and show you guys. Let's say that now let's imagine that now the assignment's due. It's past the due date. So I can come in here and I'll look at column G. And in column G, I've got Goobric link, and it says assess the presentation. So you might think that, let's say that the due date's already come up, and you don't want your students to edit these afterwards. It might be a writing assignment or a speaking task. So we have here on the right-hand side, it says embargo docs for grading. So if you click on this one and you say you want to embargo this, that means that they're going to, they'll have their access to edit these will be taken away. They can only comment on these And if I run the embargo right now, it's going to go, the script will go back through each of the assignments, and it's going to turn them into, the students will only be able to write comments on them. So that way I can mark them and students won't change them. So then I'll come over here to column G, to the Goobric link, and it says you'll hover over this, assess the presentation, and I'll click on this script. And this is going to open up my students. I'm looking at each one of my students. We can see this one I just edited. I've typed my name in here. Okay, and I wrote my assignment. So I can see that my students did their slide presentation. They put this together in column 2, or in the second slide here. This is where I have them post their YouTube video. You can have them create their presentation right here. And then at the very top, this is the part that's connected with Goobric. So this is our task completion. Did John complete this task? No, I can see he didn't do that. So that's either going to be incomplete or, minimally complete. Provides little or no information. So you click on either one of these. You click on the score that you want to give your student. You click on the fluency. Let's say that John actually did this. He's got some hesitation, but he manages to continue and complete his thoughts. So I'll give him a 2. Pronunciation, oh, he's got terrible pronunciation. I'll give him a 1 just to be safe. Vocab, all right, and then grammar. So this is how you would score your students. You've got your comments right here. Give them a nice try. And then you can also, if you don't want to give a typed comment, you can also record an audio comment as well. Okay, and then when it comes down here, you'd say auto advance to the next one when you submit it. And then the student, when you hit submit right here, the student will receive an email that says your assignment has been graded. The student can now see what that looks like. I'll click on submit, and then I'll go on to my next student right here. So once I've distributed this to all of my students, let's say I've got 35 students in my class, I can go through these one by one and easily click on choose. I can watch their speaking task, and I can easily click on each one of these and then click on submit. They'll receive an email. So this is what I mean by streamlined right here. Once you get everything set up, then you're able to streamline this one. So this student back here, let's say that we got John Gorham here. I've already got my email opened up. Okay, so I can see right here, this is the one that I just received, rubric assessment submitted for John Gorham right here. So I can click on this. This is, imagine if you're the student. So I can see as a student, I can see, oh gosh, I didn't complete my task. I got a 1 on that one. My fluency, I need to work on fluency. Pronunciation, that's not very good, but my vocab's good. So I can really see what I need to work on from a student's perspective here. And then also I've got my comments down here. Nice try. So that is a very brief overview of how you can grade your students here. And then on this part, let's see here. I've got the next part here. Let's say that you want to, let's say you want this student here. We've got John Gorham. We want him to give it another shot. So you can unembargo these if you want to. You can give them an opportunity to really kind of review that. But then here's the really good part. You've got this spreadsheet in here. Now you've got your grades that are all set. So you got all of your scores right here. And what you can do is you can take all of your scores, and then what you want to do is you're going to sum these scores. You're going to take all of these, and now we've got a total score right there. So you can have your entire class done. You can just do it one by one very quickly. It's all in one spot right here. This is for a speaking task, And I'm going to stop sharing my screen at this point because I'm sure there are probably some questions that I haven't really seen come up right now. And then I want to turn it over to you guys and download my templates that I have and give you guys an opportunity to try this out on your own. And then I can jump in and help you guys out and see if there's anything that you guys need help with here. So let's go ahead and turn on your microphone, type in the comments. I'll try and go through some of the comments down here and see what we've got. As I'm getting some questions in here, I'll go ahead and post a link up for my Google Drive folder so that you guys can download this and use these templates on your own here. Okay. So Jose, did you? I'll just call on you for right now, as I'm trying to find my my share link here for this folder. Did anything come up that you had any questions about?
To be honest with you, no.
Okay.
I just thought I'd turn on my camera for moral support.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate the support here for sure. Good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this. I'm going to get a share link. So anyone, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to post this into the chat room here for everyone in the meeting. Okay. So if you guys see that that Google Drive link right there, if you click on that one, that will take you to the folder that I was just showing you guys. I like that. Yeah. So Teresa, you said, oh, the audio comment adds a human element. That is absolutely right. So yeah, you can, as long as you have your microphone set up, you can definitely add the audio comments. Is there a time limit on the audio comments? For the audio comments, I just do a really quick, you did a great job. Please work on your fluency. I don't spend too much time going through everything. So I haven't really tested the limits on the audio comments, but that's definitely something we can look into there. So as soon as you click on this Google Drive link here, can you guys give me a thumbs up so I know that we can move on? Good. Patrick's got it. Monique, Bob. Good. Koga Sensei's got it. Laura, good. Okay. Do the students need to have a Gmail address? Yes, they do need to have a Gmail address. That's kind of one of the I hate to assume, but I think that a lot of students already have the Gmail address. For all of my universities, they have their Gmail address provided for them. So yeah, they do need. This is a G Suite streamlined approach. Okay, yeah, good question though, Bjorn. Sounds great now. Okay, good. So what we're gonna do here is once we open this part up, once you open up that Google Drive folder right here, then I will show you guys how you can take all of these. And so this contact sheet is just a blank spreadsheet here. So when you go to, let's say for example, we've got our speaking task template. Okay, so if you open up the speaking task template, I've already moved that part out to my OTJ. If you go to any one of these templates that you want to download, that you want to check out, for example, writing templates here, I've got, how about if I were to use a writing task for an opinion essay? Okay, you would right click on this one. So you'd open this, you'd open up your Google Doc. Okay. And then we're going to go to our file, and you want to make a copy. So anything that you see in here, anything you see in this Google Drive folder, you would click on make a copy, and you would name it whatever you want. So we got our opinion essay copy, whatever you want to call it here. So I'm trying to type under my microphone. Okay, and then you're going to choose the folder where you'd like to place this. You can even create a new folder if you like. in your own Google Drive there. And then you click on OK. So that's how you can make copies of all these templates right here. Let me see here. So that was, I would like to show you guys as well. I'd like to show you guys some of the examples from my students, from my classes here. The thing that I'm concerned with though is that I don't want to share. It's being recorded here, and I don't want to really share their names and their email addresses on this live stream here. But what I do want to do though is I want to get you guys into breakout rooms, be able to open up your contact sheet, and then you guys can use your the people in your breakout room. Let's say if we have 3 or 4 people in a breakout room, we can use these people here to populate our own classroom, and then go through step by step how to use. We'll go through step by step how to use Doctopus+Goobric, and then attach our templates here. So let me go ahead and set up my breakout rooms here. Okay. And I'm going to put together, we're going to have 3 people. Patrick. All right. Good. So if you got to go, Patrick, that's fine. Thanks. All right. Now, what we're going to do here, so another option, let's see, because we got a couple people that had to leave here. We've got 2 to 3 participants. We're going to set up, we're going to have 5 breakout rooms right here. We're going to open these up, and I'll try and jump into each one of these breakout rooms. If you guys do have questions, please do feel free to ask me. I can jump into one of the breakout rooms and see if I can help you guys out here. But let's have our contact sheets open, and then we're going to try and populate the names and the email addresses, and then place the Google, the Doctopus add-on into the sheets here. Okay, so here we go, guys. We're going to go ahead and start up our breakout rooms here. Okay, so you guys should see an option here to go into your breakout rooms.
I got the option for breakout room 3, but I actually am going to have to step out for a few minutes, starting in about 3 minutes. So
okay,
I might just have to catch you on the next room.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I think I
was
can.
3, but I just won't jump in. Otherwise, they'll think I'm rude for jumping in and just jump straight out again. So
no worries. I'll go into breakout room 3.
Yep,
I think that's where you're. All right. Thanks, Adam.
at all, but right.
Yeah, we
Oh,
could
great.
ask that, help support.
All right, guys. I saw Bob. You had a question.
Hey, yeah, John. Just
Thank you.
We're not sure what you want us to do here.
Okay, gotcha.
What should I do?
All right.
So I just opened the contact sheet and it looks like it's view only. Did you want us to?
So with that contact sheet, yeah, what you're going to do here is you're going to populate. So you'd put in, for example, like Yoko, Carla, and Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you'll go to make a copy
Mm-hmm.
and file. So that way you have your own copy. It's
Okay.
actually just a blank contact sheet right now. I think it's,
Okay.
unless if it still has my name in there.
We're going to make a copy?
Yep. So you're going to make a copy.
Yes.
Which is, how do we do that?
You'd go to File.
And make a copy. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. File, make a copy. Very good.
Okay.
Okay.
Make a copy of the contact sheet.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Okay. So as soon as you have that that copy made right here, then you're going to put your first name, last name. Imagine that's your student list right there,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
contact list. Okay.
Okay. Okay, and this one I can edit.
Yes.
I see.
Once it's yours, yeah, you can edit that.
And then after typing the first name, last name, email, and then should I click on the share button?
So what you're going to do here, Yoko, is you will you're not going to share it, but let's go ahead and I don't know if we can do a chat. There we go. So in the chat function right here, if you guys feel comfortable with it, if you could put your a Gmail address in there,
Sure.
and then we can just kind of test it out. I wanted to, in the breakout rooms, just test it out in a small format here.
So we've each probably got our own copies made then, right? Or
this is, yeah, you guys should all have your own copies made. And then you would have Yoko Takano and then at gmail.com with the column C. So imagine you're the teacher and then you're just populating this with your students right now.
Yeah.
You're populating your students' names and email addresses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wouldn't you normally just like use a Google form?
Absolutely. It's just for this particular, what I would do, this is just for an example.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you would use a Google form or you could go on your LMS and download a spreadsheet and then just copy your students' names and email addresses. Okay, so as soon as you guys have that part done, so let's see here in the, do you guys have the chat function here?
It's for the whole group, not just for
Oh, right.
our
Okay.
small breakout room.
I can only send it to everybody here. Well, I tell you what, how about if you guys just to test this out with one student,
okay.
You
Sure.
put in your name and your email address.
I got mine in there. And then, I mean, normally would we be able to share this? I could share this with my group. Isn't that right? Or
so you're the one teacher and you've got this spreadsheet with your students. You got your students' names and your students' email address. The only reason you're doing the spreadsheet here is so that you can distribute your documents. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to take our, if you guys can go back to that Google Drive. Let me see here. I'm going to bring that one up as well. If you can go back to that Google Drive folder. And in the Google Drive folder here, I've got my, there's a speaking task template and there's a writing template. If you guys could choose one of those and then do that again where you go to File and make a copy.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so that at least you guys have a template here, a copied template.
Oh. So my template is, the folder is empty.
I know. I realized I dragged that one out. Can you refresh that screen
Sure.
for the speaking test template?
Okay.
I could see that template in a writing templates folder.
Right. There should be 4 of them in the writing templates.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
them. Mm.
Just grab any of the templates that you like. If you're teaching a writing class, grab one of those. Or if you're teaching a speaking class, that works as well. Okay. Now a really good option here would be to can you guys can anyone share your screen? That would be a really good way to kind of show you guys how we can I can do more of a hands-on sort of workshop with you guys here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen, I guess.
Okay, Bob.
If I can. Okay, there we go.
Perfect. Okay, so let's see if we've got our contact sheet. Can you go over to where it says contact sheet?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to click on that one. Okay, good. So you've got these are, let's pretend that's me, but I've got 3 different email addresses here. Let's pretend those are your students. Okay. It looks like that's your view only one though.
Right. Can I
Do you
change it?
have a copy?
I did. I made a copy and I added my Gmail account.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's your copy here. And then what we're going to do here is we want to, we're going to add the, let's see here. We need to get our add-on here. I can't really see the file. I need to find your files here. Do you see an option to look for the files at the very top? I don't see
on this.
Yeah, do you see like file, edit, format, anything like that? I can't really think that's hidden somehow. Ah, there we go. Okay, so do you guys see where it says add-ons?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, so add-ons. You've already got Doctopus. Yep, we're gonna open that. Okay. Okay, and we want to install. Okay, you're going to install it here. Okay, and you're going to continue. Guys, there's somebody else in breakout room 3 that's asking for some help.
Okay.
In this part here, what you're going to do is you're going to continue. I don't know if there is there a way to click on that, and we want to. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's. Should allow you to do that. Okay, it's been installed. Okay, so done. All right, so you can close that part now. Okay, so Doctopus is now going, and now this is where you're going to go through your steps right here. So step 1, see if you guys can replicate what I did there. So if you select the mode, you're going to distribute. Yep, so distribute your drive resources. And then you're going to create your roster. Guys, from here, can you try to do this?
Okay.
One at a time. I'm going to jump into breakout room 3.
Should I just take their emails orally or something like that, or
when you have your students, if you've got an LMS that has all of your students with their email addresses, that's what I did. Or you can use a Google form, which is you would say first name, last name, and then email address.
Right. Okay.
That would work as well. And then you would just copy all of those and paste it into here.
Okay.
Okay.
So for now, should I just get them orally and then try to distribute something, or?
For this particular one, we're just practicing. So you want to select a roster, and we're going to build a new roster. And we want to do it on this sheet. And then we'll create a roster. Yeah, we're going to create a roster here.
Well, I tell you, we can poke around with this.
Okay.
Why don't you go?
Excellent.
Go help some other people.
Excellent.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Hi, John.
No, this is Michael.
Yes.
All right. Sorry, guys. I was helping somebody else out.
I thought so. I think I hit it, but 2 or 3 times. Anyway, I better stop.
Okay. Good. So let's see here. I've got let's see, Laura and Michael. So can you guys do me a big favor? Can you share your screen? And then I can kind of help you guys out, like do some a little bit more hands-on.
Okay, Laura's doing that.
Training here. Okay, good. All right. So we've got this one here. Now, did you guys make a new copy? Like, is this your own copy here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We used your roster name.
That's fine. Yeah, that's not a big deal at all.
Okay.
Good. So we've got a roster name right here. So whatever you want to call it, it can be a test roster.
There you go.
Okay, perfect. So we got our test roster, and then we're gonna. We need to. Do you see that checkbox here? Create class folder. Uncheck it and then recheck it.
Uncheck it. Recheck.
Yep. Recheck it. Okay, so that should refresh it. There you go. So this is where it's going to create and share your folders.
And we just click on that?
Yep. So imagine that you've got these 3 students, John, Jay, and Mr. Right now you're creating all of your student folders here.
Okay. And how do the students find their folders? Just through an email link that I send them?
What they're doing is they're getting, we're imagining that they already have their Gmail account set. They already understand how to use Google Drive.
It's going into their Google Drive.
It's going to go into their Google Drive shared with me.
Okay.
However, it does give them it does send them an email as well, so they can just click from that email. Good. So you've got this one here. You got your test roster. Save roster and continue down at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, something happened on my side. I got a broken picture icon on the octopus part.
Okay. I'll come back to that in just a second here.
Okay.
It looks like, are we using, so Laura, are you using Google Chrome?
I should be on Chrome.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I was going to ask about, Michael. But
yes, I am.
Okay. We'll continue with Laura's here, just so I can show you guys the select sharing type. So you'll click that caret, and we'll do individual all the same. Okay. They won't be able to access it. Do you see where it's down below? It says editors cannot change the sharing permission. You want them to allow to edit, yep, but don't let them change the sharing permissions.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if you have any co-teachers to help you out. It's not necessary. And then we've got our save and continue.
Real quick, before we leave this one, if I were doing peer review in a writing class,
you would want them to have, if you click down on that caret again, then I would allow them to comment, but not necessarily edit their peers.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And then save and continue.
refresh?
Yes, so we're going, what we're going to do here, so we're going to, do you see the teacher test roster? We're going to, let's see, I see what we need to do here. So now let's go back into, do you see where it says Doctopus Google Drive?
Doctopus. Where would we see that?
It's up here at the top. You've got the tab. I tried to circle it there.
Oh,
yeah, so Doctopus Google Drive. So we need to find, what are we going to share with our students? So click on that tab, please, Laura. Okay. And we have, let's see here, we've got our...
Oh, that's your, okay. Sorry.
So, yeah, so whatever you want to distribute. So we're going to go to, let's say you want to do a writing template. So can you click on that, please? Okay, and maybe we want to do a writing task opinion essay.
Okay.
And we'll make a copy.
Oops.
File, make a copy.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so now you have your own copy here. And what we need to do here, can you come back to this tab where we've got our Google Drive tab? Okay, and we want to go to, you see this drop down for My Drive? We're going to find, you should have created, click on that, please. You should have created here our test. There it is, a test roster. So Doctopus created your new test roster. Yep, so go ahead and open that. So what we need to do is in your sorry, not that one, the teacher,
this one
right here, we want to drop that, your assignment. We're going to drop that assignment into this, yeah, into your teacher folder.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to come back here to My Drive. And we're going to take our, let's see, was it a writing task? You made a copy, I think.
Oh, here, writing task opinion essay.
Yep. So let's go ahead and find, do you see this little caret drop down inside of My Drive?
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to go and find, I think it was, what was it? OTJ Doctopus. I think this one. There's our, well, okay, we have a copy of this one here. Let's say, for example, if you want to use that. So we've got our test rosters. Can you take this, you're going to drag and drop it into your folder, and you're going to go down to your teacher folder. Yes, there we go. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's in there.
Okay, so now we've got that here. Let's come back to our contact sheet. Okay, so we got our contact sheet. Now we want to refresh. I think there should be an option to refresh that. Okay, and we'll drop down. So now we've got our, there's the document that we want to share.
This one?
We'll click on that.
Save and continue?
Yep, and then we're going to save and continue. So this is our copy machine right here. We're going to copy these to all 3 of your students. That's what it's going to look like. I prefer to do create a new folder for this because I have several different writing tasks. Every time I have a new assignment, I make a new folder. But it's entirely up to you. So yeah, yep. So that means it's going to be within your teacher folder. You'll have this test roster. Whatever you decide to call it here. Send a sharing notification. I do like to send a sharing notification just so that they get an email, and then we'll save and continue at the bottom. And then this final step here, it's going to ask you if this is okay, if this is what you wanted to see. Okay, 3 students. This is what you're going to share with them, the copy of that. Okay, and run the copy and share.
And then the next step is going to be adding the Goobric.
Yes, as soon as this is done sharing with your students here.
Okay, I'm a bit lost here.
Okay, Michael, I'll help you out in just a second. So
Okay.
manage and assess. We're at the last step here with Laura here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we've got here, now we want to attach Goobric. Okay. I don't know if you have this one already set here, but we need to, what we're gonna do, I don't know if you're using Chrome. So this is a Chrome add-on right here, Laura.
Hmm.
It looks like you might be using Safari, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But that's where you're gonna say attach Goobric, and then it's going to ask you to.
I'm in some weird thing. Yeah, I'm not in.
Okay. At this point right now, can I switch over and help out Michael here? If you can share your screen, Michael.
Okay. Okay. Copy contacts. Hold on here.
It's down at the bottom, the green button.
I got it.
Okay. Okay. Yep. This one's definitely Chrome here. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got everybody. You're on step 4.
Okay.
You're at the point now where you need to choose the file that you're going to share with your students. Okay. That's what it's looking for.
Okay.
So you'll come back to Google Drive.
Like the Doctopus?
Well, you're gonna choose any kind of document that you want to sit. Like if you want your students to do a writing assignment.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, for instance, we've already created. Let's see, what did you call your Doctopus folders?
I didn't make any Doctopus folders.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's come back to our copy of. Let's come back to our.
Or you mean a teacher?
Yes, you've already got your teacher OTJ test. Good.
Okay, I have to find that.
So what? Yep. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back to our Google Drive here, and we've got a teacher OTJ. So inside of teacher OTJ.
Okay.
Let's see, where did it go?
Okay. OTJ test. Okay.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, that one right there.
Oh, okay.
This is what Doctopus made. So you're the teacher. So open this one, please.
Okay.
So inside of here, let's say, for example, you want to create a new. Can you come over to where it says new?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So new. Let's say you want to do a writing assignment. So Google Doc. And then what I like to do is just type in, say, name, not your name, but just type NAME. Mm-hmm. And then, okay, let's leave it at that for now. Okay, so that's your template. Come back to this teacher OTJ test. Okay, so we've got it's untitled, but that's your template that you want to distribute. So we'll come back to our contact sheet now.
Copy of contact.
Yep, you've already got it open.
Yeah.
Okay, and we want to refresh. And do this little drop down caret. And now we've got our untitled document, but you get the idea that that's your template though.
Right, yeah.
Okay, and then you're going to save and continue down at the bottom.
Okay, see that little
oh
yeah, what's that?
That's very strange.
Yeah.
That is a first. I have never seen that before.
Yeah.
Is that where you were getting stuck?
Yeah. And what I end up doing is going up here and just refreshing the whole page.
Okay. Okay. So we've got, I like to create a new folder. I just mentioned this to Laura as well. For every assignment that I do create a new folder. It's just a personal preference here. Okay. And then I do a sending sharing notification to the authors. So that my students get an email. And then we're going to go down to save and continue at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, so you are sharing that with these 3 students here.
You have to clean out your email folder after this.
I know, right? Yeah. Good. And then you'll run, copy, and share. Okay, so we are sharing that with everybody there. Now, this last one, so Laura, when you get set up on Chrome, that's when you can actually set up your Goobric.
Goobric, yeah.
Yeah. Michael, can you share just one last time? Can you share your screen, please?
Oh, I didn't realize I was off. Okay.
Because this is the last part. This is where you attach your Goobric. So this is how you'd actually mark your students.
You can see my.
I can see you.
Oh, hold on. Maybe I'm not. I can see your face. I just can't see your screen.
Oh, okay.
I can see your screen.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because I can see your cursor moving.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my cursor, yeah. So I got to manage and assess this assignment.
Yep. So you want to manage it. I think it should say something like attach Goobric.
Not yet. Well, I click on that.
Yeah. So you want to manage and assess it.
Okay. And I've clicked on it.
And now, there
Okay.
it is, attach Goobric.
Attach Goobric. Okay.
Yes. So now we want to attach the Goobric here.
Reinitialize Goobric.
For some reason, I think I can't see what you're doing. That's all right. Yeah. So we want to
review permissions.
Yeah. So we need to install Goobric. It's a Chrome extension.
Yeah, I'm in Chrome right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
so we want to get that extension. It's called Goobric.
Yeah. I'm just going through the steps now.
Okay.
So it's the same as Doctopus as far as signing up. Okay.
That's correct.
All right. Goobric has things all set allowed.
Perfect.
Allow your self-assessment features. I got that window.
Good. Good.
And you can close the tab.
And I can close that window.
Yes, I think as soon as it's attached.
Yeah.
I've got, there are in that folder, that Google Drive folder that I shared, there are rubrics that you guys can use. So you would just make a copy of that. And then once you make a copy of that, Goobric would look in your Google Drive for a specific rubric.
Right.
And then you would attach it to that assignment.
Okay.
Guys, I'm going to have to run to another breakout room here.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much.
I hope I didn't just confuse everybody. That's the problem.
Well, both Laura and I were talking. We were both tactile learners, so going through step by step was much easier.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Very good. So I'm going to actually head back to the main room here. And I'm going to close everybody out in just a second here because we're almost hitting the time here.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks. I'll see you in just a second.
Okay. Thanks.
Good.
We got some people coming back. All right. So I was able to go into, let's see, I was able to go into only 2 breakout rooms. And I realized that I might have just confused a lot of people by just throwing them into breakout rooms. So it is a process that you have to go through. And with this process here, it can be a little bit confusing, but once you get through that process and you do it one time and your students understand that process, it's very simple to do that over and over again. So it's a matter of just like getting on your bike and just riding, taking the training wheels off, trying it out, and then really making it work here. So before we head out here, because we've actually got to close everything out. Do you guys, if you guys can, please turn on your microphones. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try and answer these in the last couple minutes here, guys.
Very simple question. How do I download your rubric?
Okay, what you would do is with the rubrics, you would go to File and then Make a Copy. So there should be a folder for rubrics.
Yep.
You'd open up, I think I've got a writing task in there and a speaking task.
So I just open that up.
Open that up and you go to File and then Make a Copy.
Go to File. Where?
It should be at the top left in your screen.
No. I've got my drive computer, share with me.
Okay. Real quick, Michael, can you share your screen?
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. Okay, so you would open, let's say, for example, if we're doing a, let's try the writing test, the bottom one. Okay, and then you.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah, that. Okay, I have to download them individually.
Yeah, whichever one you want to use.
Yeah.
So you go to File.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
And then you're going to do Make a Copy.
Make a copy.
All right.
Okay.
And you'd save that into your own Google Drive there.
Would that automatically go there?
It's now in your, yes, you just made a copy in your own Google Drive here.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you can edit that. You can change it around, add some extra points in there if you like.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Are there any other questions that you guys have? Because we got to kind of wrap everything up here. I know everyone's hungry.
Yeah,
This
we
is
gotta
a
go,
really
All right.
Thank you. Good job.
Please do send me an email if you guys have any questions that you want to have answered about this. And also, don't be afraid to just try it out. Okay. If you guys do get a chance, there is a link to a Google form. I'm trying to do some research. Koga Sensei, I know I've already talked with you. Thank you very much for taking time. If you guys do have,
everybody.
yeah, thanks. If you guys do have a chance to fill it out, I'm trying to do some research for my university on emergency remote teaching. There's in the chat room, there's a link to a Google form. I would be forever grateful if you guys help me out with that one. You guys are awesome.
Could you throw your email address into the chat so that we
Sure.
So we have it here.
Education Solutions 365 at gmail.com. There we go.
All right.
Okay. Yes. Very good. So everybody, please enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for participating in this.
Thank you.
You guys are troopers. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Take care.
Adios, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
Sign up.